The Womanore Crush Wednesday podcast, the only weekly podcast inspiring, educating, motivating 1 million women entrepreneurs one Wednesday at a time. The WCW podcast is fueled by the Purpose Formula: passion plus purpose plus profit equals success. And here are your hosts, Jen and Modi.
Hey.
Hey Crushes, you are listening to episode 35 on the WCW podcast. This is Tea Time, our first Tea Time of 2017. So welcome to Tea Time. If you are listening for the first time, you don't know what Tea Time is, then Tea Time is a once a month live episode where we kind of just talk about what's been on our mind, what's going on in the world, the country, the economy, current events type of thing, or just maybe answer questions from our crushes, our listeners. So it's just a live episode with us just having a conversation in which you feel like you're part of the conversation. So today, might be a shock for some of you guys. We normally do not get into some of these kind of issues, but we felt it was very needed. Our topic today is Mr. Trump, Donald Trump, President Trump. What is going on? What's new? What's the tea?
Well,
show us what you're working with, Donald Trump.
Show us what you're working with. Donald Trump, well, no. Let me backtrack because I will be corrected. President Donald Trump, yes, the President of the United States of America, for a week now, has made different, he's so fast in all these different decisions and signing all these different documents that it's just so, he just got into office and he's already signed over 9 different documents in a week. Like stop freezing federal government employment so no one can get hired. What's the good in that?
I don't know. There's so many changes. It's like, no one even knows what's going on. It's just things you wake up, you read the news tomorrow, you get on, you watch the TV tomorrow, you see it's another thing, another change, another press conference, which he's taping, showing himself signing these bills, this legislation. And I personally don't even know what's going on, honestly.
Yeah, I'm pretty lost. However,
and my thing is how it's going to affect women and how it's going to affect minorities, because I'm a woman and I'm a minority, which means I'm a double minority. So for me, how is this going to affect entrepreneurship? How is this going to affect women across the board? How is this going to affect minorities across the board? I saw something online I think it was today, where they said he's going to tighten up on the internet, online shopping, online business. As a result of him, he's very combative. He's very against relations with China. So, and that's, a lot of people do online business. A lot of people get their goods, their products, whatever, from China. So, especially a lot of minorities who have online businesses. So, my thing is, if he's cracking down on people being able to do business with China or people being able to do internet business, that's going to leave a lot of people suffering without a source of income, without a way out, without a way up, because, you know, a lot of minorities find their way out or their niche on online businesses. So that's like extremely problematic. That I didn't look into all the articles, so I don't know all the facts. You know, alternative facts could be going around. That's a new thing that's going on thanks to your president.
Yeah, I mean, we're also talking about him and banning, you know, this abortion, you know, right. You know, he's not pro-choice, you know. And that's really a hard pill to swallow, being a woman and being a mother and just thinking of just the different aspects that go into just that. You know, a lot of people are really like, they cannot believe that this is going on. I mean, on Monday, he signed where, I guess, places that usually get funding, you know, government funding for, you know, like those clinics that get funding for, you know, for their clinic, he stopped them. There's no more federal government funding for any of those kind of clinics anymore. Like, he signed that on Monday, I believe. That's one of the 3 that he signed on Monday. And that was a lot. That's a lot for women. That's a lot for people. I mean, I don't know. I'm pro-choice, straight up. I'm not even going to lie. I'm pro-choice because, you know, different things happen. And I feel like a woman should have her choice. That's just me.
It's just, I feel like the right to choose should not be taken away from a person. Yep. It's really crazy. You know, on one hand, he's saying he's doing away with this, you know, pro-choice, but at the same time, he wants to say that he's trying to give 6 weeks of maternity leave for every woman.
Then he was talking about insurance,
which I don't believe that will happen.
Right.
But, you know, Hillary was proposing that she wanted to give 12 weeks, which I don't think that was going to happen either. Now, I just feel like when I see his cabinet, when I see who he surrounds himself with, I mean, we're just going into just an age of white men. That's it.
Yeah, you know, funny, when he first, you know, back in November, when they first said, oh, he's going to be the next president, you know, for some months I was allowing it to marinate in me that, okay, this guy is going to be the president and everything. So I just kept saying to myself, okay, we're going to try to, you know, we got to give him a chance. He has not been in office 5 days. And he's already, I mean, I'm in shock. Like, this is happening right now. Like, we're talking about, like, he had a meeting with the president of Mexico, and he was like, oh, he canceled, I cancel. We don't need to talk. But we're going to put the wall up, and they're going to pay for it. Really?
But they're not going to pay for it. You and I are going to pay for it. You and I are going to be the ones paying for it. That's what it's going to come down to.
That's what it's going to come down to.
You know, what I believe is what we need to do is, and this is what everybody's saying, and I don't want it to be like some cliche thing. Everybody's like, oh, we just got to get money. We just got to get money. Got to get our money up. Got to get our money right. But I feel like we should have been, everyone should have been just coming up with a plan to do something, whether that's investment, whether that's entrepreneurship, because with the way things are going, you can't hope in your job. You damn sure can't depend on him and what he's going to do, because he's so unpredictable.
Well, I mean, he did mention, I did hear that he mentioned something along the lines of, doing away with Obamacare and having just free insurance for everybody. If he opens that up for everyone, like Canada does for everyone, their citizens, that would be great, right? But it's so funny to me how many people are working just for insurance. Do you know how many people would leave working if insurance was free? People are working people are working to survive, to have insurance. That's all they're working for.
It's true. But at the same time, I just think that that's empty talk, because no president in the United States of America, I mean, we've never seen any president like Trump, but still, I don't feel like America is just not set up in that way to have free health care. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, a lot of the rest of the major countries in the world, they have the health care. But I don't think that we're going to do it. I don't think we're going to do it.
I don't think we're going to do it. I don't think we're able to do that.
He's just saying this. I don't even know why he's just saying this, but he's just saying this. And we're not going to do it. And people are going to be out here having hoop dreams about getting free insurance. And that's not what's going to happen. He's going to do away with Obamacare. And there's people out here that's probably going to literally die when Obamacare is gone, because that's what they're depending on.
Right.
And as of right now, he kills Obamacare, there's no replacement. So what's going to happen to the people who is dependent on that for life right now?
I don't know. We're only two women, just thriving, just trying to survive and, be something great to our children, to our family members. I don't know if our opinion makes even a little bit of a difference with what's going on in the world. No, it don't.
But we just over here talking,
it's tea time. It's tea time, and we're just having this, honest, authentic conversation about, our feelings towards what's going on in the world now. Because here we are 5 days in, and we still don't know what is going on.
We don't know what's going on. We don't know what to expect. But I know one thing. I'm trying to build my income, diversify my income, and because I can't sit here and say I'm gonna just be complacent and go to my job every day, because this is crazy.
Yeah.
We don't know what's gonna happen, and the way that he's just moving, just like, shooting from the hip, pow, pow, pow. You wake up, it's like, Monday, we're going to wake up, so he's going to do something else.
Right. And then, how, I don't know if you heard about how they're trying to go to Chicago and shut all the gangs and shut all this down.
Yes.
And, that's one of them. I feel like that's so dangerous for everybody. That's so dangerous for everyone. Yes, we know that Chicago needs help, but there has to be other ways, not just going in there with the SWAT team,
military style,
just shooting in anybody. How about if they're not even part of them? Innocent people start getting hurt.
I don't understand how he comes up with this stuff. I don't.
He is something else. Okay?
That's not the answer, and we don't need to be doing that, okay?
He's really something else, but he sat there, he had this meeting today with the British Prime Minister, which is a woman, Theresa May, but I can tell if she was American, she would have been right beside him.
Probably. I saw it. I saw a little bit of it earlier.
Yeah. She would have been a Republican straight up with him. And you know what? Not all Republicans are with him. So
Oh, a lot of them aren't.
You know, it's just amazing. I sat on a plane last week with, I don't even know how many people were on the plane, but majority of the women that were on the plane with me were going to the women's march downtown in DC. And I sat beside a woman that was just talking with me about how she was feeling about this whole thing, and everyone is coming from Houston, Texas. And this woman,
What did she think?
she was just saying, you know, sometimes she feels like she has to pinch herself in the face to believe that this is really happening, that our new president is Donald Trump. And this is an older, like she has to be in her 60s, a white woman, okay? Having just a civilized conversation with me and being very honest about her feelings. And she said, you know, she just has to keep pinching herself that she cannot believe. That's why she felt so compelled to be a part of that march on that Saturday. You know, and I was with goosebumps. I had goosebumps the entire flight from feet to head, from head to toe, just because the women on there were just so passionate about how they felt. It's a movement. It's a movement.
I was reading an article saying that not only, you know, that Trump is a threat to entrepreneurs, but especially to women entrepreneurs, but it was saying that the Trump presidency could cost the U.S. economy almost 4 million jobs by 2021 because we could go into a recession, which is highly likely. And, you know, his approach on taxes and, you know, I don't know. It's really crazy because I felt like entrepreneurship was gaining a lot of steam before now. And people were doing really well for themselves.
Right.
You know, and he's against like global markets and international trade, and it's just like,
I mean,
how can you come and change all these things that you don't even?
He doesn't even have a clue.
You're not even thinking about the implications from this.
The funding programs, like, you know, one thing people do not realize is Planned Parenthood is not just for that. You know, some women go there for treatment, like for cancer treatment, you know, like just different things. And now they've blocked that. They defunded it, the program. Like, how are people supposed, if that's what they can afford, what are they supposed to do now? What are women supposed to do now?
I mean, I come in contact with a lot of people who are just over here for work on a work visa. They're scared to death of what's going on. And I'm just like, you can't lump people together talk in the name of, you know, anti-terrorism. And it's just people over here just working, regular working people with kids, trying to go to work every day because they're making more money here than they were in whatever country they came from.
Donald Trump, we got to pray. Have to pray and, you know, be steadfast and really try to understand what's going on. Verbatim, if need be, you need to really take the time and really know what's going on in your community. As a woman, you know, I definitely believe that, you know, the power is in your hands. You know, we can't just sit around and just talk about it all the time without knowing, without, you know, seeking the knowledge of what's really going on, because it will affect us somehow, some way. All this craziness that's going on, people not listening, people not, oh, no, I don't want to talk, I don't want to think about him, I don't even want to read anything about him because he's not my president. No, the reality is he is the president of the United States of America, and he's making different sanctions right now that can affect you in your community. Ladies, let's wake up.
I don't subscribe to the not my president and all this kind of stuff.
Me neither.
I get where people are coming from, but excuse me, but if Donald Trump, causes this whole thing to burn down to the ground, that means we all screwed. Whatever he does, that's if it goes downhill or there's all these ramifications from whatever he does, and he gets us in bad relations with other countries, it affects us. So if he lose, we all gonna lose. And I'm not saying that I'm like with Donald Trump or whatever, or that I voted for him, because I definitely didn't. But at this point where we are now, he's the president. So if this whole thing burns down to the ground, and guess what? So are we. If you're living in this country, so are you.
I agree.
So all I could do is just pray, hope for the best, and continue to passionately and on purpose pursue all of my, entrepreneurial pursuits. That's all I could do.
Agreed. Now, on a lighter note, I was thinking, this may be silly, but it may be real. I mean, in the fashion world, his wife is killing it. Her suits is on point. Yeah, she may have, copied a first lady in the past, but she wears the most. I mean, her fashion sense. Maybe it's not even hers, but her fashion sense is on the charts for me. I love it, and I'm just waiting to see.
She might look like a Russian spy robot, but that's fine. That white suit,
yes,
was killing it. For me, no one can ever say that I'm a hater, because I give the credit where it's due. It was. Right. It was. Yes. It was a point.
Yes.
It was fly.
Yeah, even his daughter, Ivanka.
Looking at them, they can't even hold a pinky finger to the grace and dignity.
Oh Lord.
And presence and power of the Obamas. I mean, you just cannot.
Not at all. Not at all. I don't even see, and that's okay. So that's another thing. I'm an advocate for love. I'm an advocate for, man and wife, like husband and wife, and I love it, right? I don't see the love. Like, does he really love his wife? Does he really love his wife? Like, you can tell they sleep in two different beds. They're not, like...
Everybody was saying that she's a mail order bride.
Yeah, I've heard that, but I just feel so bad for the woman. Like, it doesn't look like she's ready to take this, to take this on.
What is your plan? What are you really going to be doing?
Right. She was walking behind him.
What can you say to me? What can you say to me?
She's one woman that walks behind her husband that looks like she has no goals, and that's really sad.
No goals. I mean,
that's what we need to put on. No goals. Just
no goals.
Let me just follow what he's doing, because I have no goals.
Like, I can't. I'm not. But she just looks so
sad.
I mean, there's nothing. I'm just saying, when you look at the Obamas, you get this feeling like,
yeah,
you be like, let me go look at my husband or something. I don't know.
Right.
You just have a feeling that, just like I can't even explain it. Like, it's just like a feeling. You just look at them, and it just, I don't know. And you look at these new people, and you just kind of, you kind of side eye. You kind of feel,
yes,
you feel like this is where we are. Like, how did we get here? So many questions, crickets. I don't know. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Honestly,
seriously feel for that woman. She doesn't look happy, and everyone knows that.
She doesn't look happy. What is she gonna say? Somebody tell me what this woman can say when this woman comes to give a speech. What causes is she gonna take up? Somebody tell me, because I don't know.
I don't know either. But one thing I do know is that we're going to keep going. It's 2017. It's the beginning of 2017. And we are in it for the long run. So Donald Trump can sign and do things. We just have to be mindful of the things that we say and the things that is going on around. I really think that we all should take the time to find out what is going on in your community, in your world.
We all need to be very purposeful with the things that we are trying to do. If you don't have don't be like Mrs. Trump out here goalless, okay?
For real.
Don't be out here goalless in 2017.
No goals. No goals. She don't even look like... She looks like she eats like nothing. she just I feel so bad for her.
Go in the Oval Kitchen and eat some ice chips and come out like she has nothing. I
feel bad for her, but it's Friday. Tea time. Friday feeling.
Let's be out here purposeful, mindful. Let's be out here with our goals, and not only our goals, our plan of actions, our strategies. Because
if you don't like it, change it. If you do not like it, change it. You cannot keep complaining about something, and nothing will happen if you do nothing.
Yep. And don't be out here complaining if you have no thoughts, reasoning behind of taking any action. Don't just be sitting at home complaining and then turning back over and going to sleep with no plan, no thoughts, no actions, no nothing, because that's not going to help.
Right. I know that there are some people some women that are listening right now that would love to just get their voices heard. Ladies, go out there, get your voices heard. Get your voices heard. There's nothing wrong with being outspoken. This is not 1960 or 70. This is 2017. And believe it or not, like I was speaking to my father about this, that people have more zeal to them. Like, people do not just hold on to things. I'm going to be quiet about it. I'm not going to say, no, I'm going to tell you how I feel. He's able to do it. I'm surprised that he's still able to have Twitter. I'm really surprised that he's able. I wish that they would take Twitter off of him, because he's
so reckless on there. He's so ridiculous, reckless and ridiculous.
Are you really the president of the United States talking like that on Twitter? Have you See. Okay.
I don't know. I really don't. It's just nuts. It really is.
Yep.
But we gotta just move forward. Always forward, never backward.
Always forward.
From the great TV show Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. Oh, tea time. That's what we can do on tea time. You need someone in your life that is behind you 100%. And if you do not have one, you should find one. It's imperative for you to find someone that can lead you in the right direction, because you do not want to start something and not know, maybe an easier way of doing things without having to go through a lot of different, adversity just to get to it. If you talk to someone, you may be able to find someone that can help you get to it faster. There's nothing wrong with opening your mouth. Women, ladies, we need to open our mouths and tell the world what's going on, how we're feeling, what's being said. Jen and I, we plan on having a forum very soon on mental illness, because this is another thing that, we definitely need to talk about. I know that this is like way off of subject, but I think that with our new administration and different things going on, PTSD and, mental illness is, it needs to be addressed. We definitely need to talk about it. We need to talk about it as a community, as a village. We need to get together and really just talk about the different things that people are going through and how they can combat it and, get it out of their system some way, somehow.
I agree. So Crushers, this is another episode, and we hope you enjoyed. This is a lot, unlike our other episodes, if you're listening for the first time, it's just kind of us talking our thoughts. It's not structured. It's not scripted. So tune in next Wednesday, where we will drop another episode for you guys. As you might not know, our episodes are always on Wednesdays, except for Tea Time, which is on the third Friday. This time we switched it up and we did it on the fourth Friday for some technical difficulty reasons, but third Friday.
There you go. There you have it. If you are trying to get in touch with us, all our handles on Instagram, we are at WCW Podcast. On Twitter, we are at WCW Podcast Show. On Facebook, we are Woman or Crush Wednesday Podcast or WCW Podcast Show. If you are trying to get in touch with us, you can email us at womanorcrushwednesday@gmail.com. Until next Wednesday, be safe.